Good afternoon and welcome to the Manatee Chamber's December Headliners Luncheon. As you can hear by the volume in the room, every chamber event is an opportunity to make a connection. We consider ourselves world-class connectors, and not just in meeting one another, but also connecting you to important information and topics that impact our business community and our quality of life. So as you all are getting settled in, I'm going to now ask you to please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Please take your seats, and as you'll notice, the protein for today's salad is served family style. So in case you were asking about that, that allows those who are meat-free to enjoy that, and the rest, please help yourself as we get settled into our program. Because we preset your lunch today, we will not be taking a break. I will be offering some opening announcements, and then we will roll right into the stars of the day, the county leadership team presenting our annual State of the County lunch. My name is Jackie Dzelski. I'm the president and CEO at the Manatee Chamber, and we are thrilled that you are here for what has become an annual event offering a glimpse at the state of our county, not just what has transpired to get us to where we are today, sitting in this gorgeous expansion of the Bradenton Area Convention Center. How many of you, this is your first time seeing the expansion here in the North Ballroom? All right, can we have a round of applause for how incredible this space has turned out as an investment in our community, and we know that it will drive even more business opportunity to Manatee County by having this facility. As we're getting settled in, please also silence your mobile devices. That will help us keep on task and on focus as we go throughout the program. With this being our final Headliners Luncheon of 2025, I do want to offer special recognition, which it's a recognition we always offer at Headliners, but today is particularly important because with it being the end of 2025, it's the end of our leadership year as the Chamber and our Board of Directors, and I want to give a special greeting and welcome to your 2025 Chair of the Board of the Manatee Chamber, Stu Henderson with Foley Bryant Architecture. So he sits as chair today at his final Headliners lunch, but don't worry, we have lots of duties for past chair as well, Stu. We have a number of elected officials who have joined us, and I would ask that you please allow me to honor and recognize them. We'll hold our applause until the end of a very long list. From the Manatee County Board of County Commissioners, Commission Chair Tal Siddiq, Commissioner George Cruz, Commissioner Amanda Ballard, Commissioner Carol Ann Feltz. Is it chair-elect right now? Is that what we're, yes? No. From the city of Bradenton, we have Mayor Jean Brown, Vice Mayor Councilwoman Marianne Barnaby, Councilwoman Jane Coker, Councilman Kemp Schuessler, Councilwoman Lisa Gonzalez-Moore, and Councilwoman Pam Coachman. From the city of Palmetto, joining us is Mayor Dan West. From the city of Holmes Beach, Mayor Judy Titsworth, Commission Chair Carol Whitmore, Commissioner Dan Diggins, Commissioner Steve Oakvey, Commissioner Jessica Patel. From the School District of Manatee County, incoming new board chair Cindy Spray, and school board members Chad Choate, Richard Tatum, and Heather Felton. From the 12th Judicial Circuit, we have the Honorable Renee Inman and the Honorable Melissa Gould with us today. From Congressman Vern Buchanan's office, Tara Polton, Kara Misevich, and Edward Valdez. And from the Supervisor of Elections office in Manatee County, we have Supervisor Scott Farrington. I hope I've covered the list. Can we please show our appreciation to these elected officials? On screen and on your tables, you will also see recognition for our annual Headliners Luncheon sponsors. These are businesses and organizations that invest in a sponsorship to allow us to continue bringing quality programming to the Chamber's membership through our Headliners Luncheon series. Those sponsors are Career Source Suncoast, Florida Power and Light, Manatee Health, the Mosaic Company, the Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee, and Cheryl Wealth Management. Thank you also to our platinum investors who invest within our chairman's circle far above their dues. Brown & Sons Funeral Home and Crematory, Carr, Riggs & Ingram, the City of Bradenton, Freedom Village of Bradenton, IMG Academy, Manatee County Government, Manatee Health, MCR Health, the Mosaic Company, NDC Commercial Real Estate, NDC Construction Company, the Pittsburgh Pirates and Bradenton Marauders, Raymond James Wealth Management, Bruce Spotty, the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, the School District of Manatee County, Seaport Manatee, and South State Bank. Can you please also join me in some applause for these sponsors? We also have a number of members who invest at the gold, silver, and bronze levels, and we welcome them to our luncheon as well. So a few opening remarks. At our December board meeting of the Chamber last week, we adopted, really re-ratified, a set of priority initiatives for 2026. And those are in the areas of advocacy, small business resources, education and workforce development, and the Manatee Young Professionals. Topics that probably you all, as engaged Chamber members, are not surprised that our board continues to shine a light on those. Additionally, we adopted our 2026 legislative priorities, and literally from this luncheon today, a group of us will be traveling to Tallahassee to spend the next 2 days lobbying our state representatives and senators, meeting with agencies as well as the Florida Chamber to talk about the business community's priorities in Manatee County. Hot off the presses, literally this morning, is our state business agenda, 4 pages long, because thanks to incredible participation of Chamber members on a number of committees and task forces, including a legislative committee, we take a deep dive into issues that we know impact our economic environment, as well as the quality of life that we all enjoy and recognize as so critically important to where we want to head for our community. The main topics within our 4-page state legislative agenda fall into what we call kind of buckets or headings, and those include business and community resiliency, economic development, education and workforce innovation, health and workforce wellness, natural resources, transportation and infrastructure, and tax and regulation. So if this piques your interest, I'm going to challenge you as you look to your Chamber membership in 2026. You have expertise and experience and industry knowledge that is so important to informing the voice of the Chamber as we speak on behalf of the 2,200 businesses and organizations that invest in membership. Consider committee service. We have any given year close to 20 committees and task forces that are working on issues, as well as the programming and events that bring great value to the Chamber's membership. And we would love to invite you to consider engaging on one of our committees. So make it your New Year's resolution. All right, so transition now into the introduction of the topic of the day as well as our speakers. So this time last year, this morning I was revisiting the script from last year's State of the County luncheon with the Chamber, and no surprise at that time, it was all about disaster recovery, given what our region and our state felt as the impacts of that hurricane season. I mean, we were talking about square ton or cubic yards of debris recovery. We were talking about partnering with so many agencies, private business, nonprofits, in ensuring that we were equipping particularly the most vulnerable in our community for recovery, but also equipping businesses for what they needed, not just to recover, but to build additional resiliency as well. And then I went back and took a few minutes of time to review what Charlie Bishop and his team presented last year. And time again, the idea of us working together to not just take advantage of opportunities that we want to see as the vision for where Manatee County is headed, but also partnership that helps us overcome challenges. Time and time again, this idea of partnership came up. So I don't want to steal any of the thunder for the slides, so I'm going to spare you what my opening remarks at Headliners typically are, which is a rehashing of the topic at hand. So I will move right into the introduction of Charlie Bishop. He will then introduce the other speakers who will be joining him on stage throughout this afternoon luncheon. So Charlie Bishop, County Administrator for Manatee County, began a career of service at age 18, joining the United States Air Force as a third-generation military veteran. During his 20 years of service, he earned a Master of Arts degree while serving his country with distinction. In 2001, Charlie brought his dedication and leadership to Manatee County government, starting as a project manager. Over the years, he has also served as Construction Services Division Manager and Director of Property Management for 12 years. He was promoted to Deputy County Administrator in 2021, and in September of 2023 was appointed County Administrator by the Board of County Commissioners. Charlie oversees the implementation of the Board of County Commission's priorities and policies, the management of the county's operating and capital budgets, the supervision of all department directors, and the execution of agreements, leases, and other contractual obligations. He also leads special projects that advance the county's mission and community goals. Charlie's career reflects a lifetime of commitment to service, first to his country and now to the people of Manatee County. Please join me in welcoming a dedicated leader for our county, County Administrator Charlie Bishop.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you for our annual State of the County Address. This is actually our third time presenting, and it's the highlight of my year. On behalf of Manatee County government, our dedicated employees, I want to welcome and thank you for taking time to join us as we reflect on the progress we've made, the challenges we've overcome, and the opportunities that lie ahead for our community. I want to begin by acknowledging Jackie and thanking her for allowing us to come to this event, making this event possible, and for their commitment, leadership, collaboration, and advocacy. I also want to thank our board for their vision, their leadership, and their commitment to the people of Manatee County. Joining me this afternoon are three outstanding individuals, led by Courtney DePaul, Brian Parnell, and Dr. Corey Studi. Like our 2,200 dedicated employees, each of them brings exceptional expertise, professionalism, and heart to the work. Together, they embody the very best of what it means to serve this community with accountability, civility, and ethics. Together, we'll be focusing on three key elements that define where Manatee County is headed: our capital improvement plan, our continued commitment to fiscal responsibility, and our long-term strategy for sustainable growth and quality of life. The state of Manatee County is empowered by the trust of our residents who continue to engage, volunteer, and help shape their community. Empowered by our employees who innovation drives service delivery to new levels every day. Empowered by strong partnerships with our cities, our schools, our chambers, our healthcare partners that turn ideas into outcomes. And empowered by our board, whose leadership gives us the confidence to act boldly on behalf of the people we work for. That empowerment fuels everything we do, including the projects you'll hear about next. When you hear us mention a capital improvement plan, otherwise known as CIP, We're talking about the big long-term investments Manatee County makes to build, strengthen, and maintain the infrastructure that supports our daily life and future assets. These are the projects that last for generations, the roads that connect our neighborhoods, the water and sewer systems that keep our communities supported, the parks and preserves where our families gather, and the public building that houses essential services. Our CIP is more than just construction projects. They're a part of a strategic plan for how the county grows responsibly. Each one is carefully planned, designed, and funded through a combination of sources like impact fees, our infrastructure sales tax, otherwise known as IST, and ad valorem tax. And each source comes with specific rules on how it can be used. It's important to remember that not all colors of money are the same, and that's a question we hear often. Well, you have the money in reserves, why not just use that to build this project or fix that road? The answer is simple. Just because the county has money available doesn't mean it can be spent anywhere. Each fund has its own purpose, its own rules, and restrictions that ensure taxpayer dollars are used responsibly and legally. That brings us to one of our most common areas of confusion, reserves. Understanding how reserves work helps explain why the county can't simply move money around and spend it just on anything. These funds play a vital role in maintaining fiscal stability, supporting long-term planning, and preparing for the unexpected. Think of this as the county savings account. By law and county reserve policy, we are allowed to reserve a maximum of 20%, equivalent to approximately 60 days operational expense, in cash reserves as best practice. That cushion protects taxpayers and helps us stay resilient through unexpected events like hurricanes. And we've had to draw from these reserves before. For instance, during Hurricane Idalia in 2023, and we're only now beginning to receive the reimbursement from that event. To complicate things, this policy does not extend to restricted CIP funding sources. These reserves are used to help keep projects on track, covering cost changes, providing grant matches, or bridging timing gaps for when funding comes in later. That's why reserves matter. They're not just numbers on a balance sheet, they represent smart planning. Understanding how we manage today's resources is only half the picture. The other half is how we plan for tomorrow, ensuring that our community grows, that we're financially ready to deliver the infrastructure and the services residents expect. When the county plans a road like the recently completed 44th Avenue extension, we must demonstrate that the funding is secured before construction begins. That fiscal discipline is one of the key reasons we maintain our AAA bond rating, the highest possible. The rating allows us to borrow at lower interest rates, and our bonds consistently sell at a premium, meaning investors are willing to pay more for Manatee County bonds than for others. That confidence is a direct reflection on our financial strength and our prudent planning. So why are we telling you this? We hope this shared information or understanding helps you see the challenges we face in the public sector. So we can continue working together towards smart investments, efficient use of resources, and meaningful outcomes for everyone. It's that partnership and shared sense of purpose that makes the results you're about to see possible. Let's turn our attention to what these investments look like across the county. I want to introduce you to someone who knows a thing or two about building and leading with purpose. Deputy County Administrator Brian Parnell retired from the U.S. Navy after an impressive career as the Assistant Regional Engineer for Navy Region Southeast, where he managed a $925 million annual budget spanning 18 naval installations. He's a registered PE, a certified energy manager, and holds degrees from Penn State and the University of Maryland. But beyond these credentials, Brian is an insightful, steady-handed leader who pairs technical expertise with genuine care for the people we serve. Please join me in welcoming Brian Parnell.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm happy to be here today to share the great work our teams are doing and to show you how your tax dollars are being put to work across Manatee County through meaningful investments in our parks, recreation areas, and community spaces. As our community continues to evolve, these areas become even more essential. Parks are where our children take their first steps toward teamwork and confidence, where they play their first games, make new friends, and begin to see themselves as part of something bigger. And beyond their beauty and recreation, well-maintained parks help strengthen neighborhoods, attract investment, and sustain property values. Right now, we have nearly 10 parks and recreation projects in various stages of design, construction, or completion, each representing an opportunity to support our workforce, boost tourism, and reinforce why Manatee County is such a great place to live, work, and play.
Recently, mornings have been really busy for crews working at Manatee County Parks. That includes Molly White, the Director of Sports and Leisure Services for the county.
Right now we're at Hidden Harbor Park. It's right across from the Fort Hammer boat ramp.
Hidden Harbor Park is not yet open. It's one of several the county is currently working on, and White says they hope to open it this fall. It will offer a pump track, playground, 3 volleyball courts, an educational center, and a pavilion.
And it's to be able to walk alongside the growth, to ensure the families that are moving here that have been here forever have a place to play.
White says over the past 3 years, investments in the county's parks have been a high priority for local leaders. That focus continued recently at the Board of County Commissioners' last budget meeting.
We were so lucky that the Board of County Commissioners has approved over $24 million CIP just for parks over the next 5 years.
She says roughly 10 parks in Manatee County are under construction, in design process, or getting ready to open. The county chooses the location for the parks based on areas where they've seen the most growth.
Our population has grown immensely. As we know, a lot of the growth is coming out north and out east, and having a passive park like this gives free, affordable recreation opportunities for kids to get out.
As White continues to pave a path for Manatee County's parks, she knows every change and addition is another investment for both residents and visitors. In Parrish, Julia Hazel, Spectrum News.
That's going to be a popular one. I'm not officially open yet, but I'm told that people are already using it. So let's turn to another exciting investment in our community, the new Premier Athletics and Aquatic Center at Premier Sports Campus North. This 44,000 square foot facility is more than a pool. It's a regional asset that will serve families, athletes, and visitors. For the first time, local swim teams will have access to a 50-meter Olympic-style competition pool right here at home. The center will also feature a therapy pool, walking trails, 24 pickleball courts, creating a space for recreation and wellness for all ages. When it opens in fall of 2026, our new aquatic center will build new opportunities for our community and bring tournaments that draw visitors and economic impact to the region. This, along with our planned second floor build out of the nearby Lakewood Ranch Library and eventual addition of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office substation, serve as a signal to families and businesses that Manatee County isn't just innovating, we're elevating. From the first phases of new parks to the continued enhancement of existing parks, Manatee County is committed to turning great into game-changing. The John Marble Park Recreation Center is a perfect example. Recently renovated and reopened, it now features a double gymnasium, modern fitness center, multi-purpose rooms, and flexible indoor programming space. Construction is now underway on the new aquatic area, which will feature an 8-lane, 25-meter competition pool, replacing the old 6-lane pool. The upgrades will also include a larger pool deck, a 4,000 square foot splash pad, and new public pavilion, creating a vibrant space for recreation, fitness, and family fun. The same can be said for our work at Tom Bennett Park. With a generous contribution from Kiwanis, our new fully ADA accessible playground has truly become a destination, not just in the community, but in the region. If you really want to see what inspiration looks like, take a drive out there any evening. You'll see families gathering, children of all abilities playing side by side, and a community brought together by joy and inclusion. It's the kind of energy that reminds us why these investments matter. To honor that, we're proud of our soon-to-be open splash pad that will add another layer of fun and accessibility. Designed with inclusive play in mind, the new splash pad will feature zero-entry access, interactive water elements, and shaded areas where families can stay and play longer. It's another example of how we're creating spaces that bring people together, celebrate community, and make Manatee County a place where everyone belongs. We've talked a lot about building what we need and improving what we have, but just as important is preserving where we come from, the places and stories that help shape who we are as a community. Few places capture that spirit better than Mixon Farms, a landmark woven into the fabric of Manatee County for generations, and now thanks to heartfelt support of our community, it will be forever preserved.
Odds are you know all about Mixon Farms. They've been a part of Manatee County's history for more than 80 years. And today, Manatee County celebrated its lasting legacy as a new county property.
Yes, Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon reports there are some big plans to continue Mixon's agricultural history to make sure future generations understand the importance of farming.
Surrounded by friends, family, and community members, Janet and Dean Mixon passed the key to Mixon Farms onto Manatee County.
It has made so many memories for people, and that was our goal.
More than 85 years of memories have been made here, from fruit shipments to orange swirl ice creams and weddings. When the Mixons put their property up for sale, they were hoping the buyer would be anyone other than a developer.
It was a tough road to hoe, but we just kept believing and praying.
For 2 years, Manatee County Commissioner Amanda Ballard worked with the Mixons. Eventually, county commissioners unanimously approved the $13.5 million purchase of the 39 acres.
We have a whole community of people who are coming together to show how excited they are for this project and really just beautify the space today.
The land will continue in its tradition of weddings and celebrations. A library and playground are planned, and plots of land for community gardening.
To provide space for kids to get their hands in the dirt, learn about agriculture, and really train that next generation of farmers. So not only are we preserving that agricultural heritage, but we're bringing it into the future.
The area has long been considered a fresh food desert, with the agricultural property being surrounded by developments.
This location is just monumental to have something that's going to do agriculture on this scale inside of the interstate is practically unheard of.
Friday, students and community members went to work, planting plants to keep Mixon Farms in bloom, a piece of Manatee County's history forever preserved.
How awesome is it that it's going to be remembered?
Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
That same forward thinking extends to how our facilities evolve right alongside the needs of our community. One of the best examples of that vision in action is our new government campus in Lakewood Ranch. Back in May, our board unanimously approved the purchase of a building in Lakewood Ranch at 9000 Town Center Parkway. With an all-in cost of $34.8 million, this 101,000 square foot facility will serve as an additional campus for Manatee County government in the fastest growing part of the county. For the first time in our history, departments that naturally align, such as Public Works and Development Services, will be located together, fostering greater service for our community. The purchase of 9000 Town Center Parkway demonstrates our board's commitment to fiscal responsibility, acquiring the facility at a fraction of the cost it would take to build new. This transition opens valuable downtown space for current and future needs, making room for the guardian ad litem, probation, and anticipated growth from the state attorney's office, public defender, and the 12th Circuit Court, while ensuring board meetings continue downtown and citizens receive the same quality of service they expect. With property management and development services already operating out of 9000 Town Center, we will continue our phased approach until all identified parties have relocated departments. The new campus is a great example of how we're creating spaces that make government more accessible, efficient, and responsive to the people we serve. That extends beyond our offices and into the places where our local and national community comes together. With the recently completed expansion, the Bradenton Area Convention Center is on track to become a premier Gulf Coast destination for meetings, conventions, and large-scale events. The $54 million expansion project added 95,000 square feet of new conference space and modern upgrades throughout the complex, including features that you're able to experience today. Within its first year of operation, the expanded facility is projected to generate $30 to $40 million in annual economic impact, driven by increased convention business and leisure travel, where attendees extend their stays to enjoy the area. As the only convention center of this scale between St. Petersburg and Naples, the Bradenton Area Convention Center is uniquely positioned to attract new events, elevate the region's visibility, and strengthen our local economy. As the convention center expands opportunities for commerce, tourism, and connections on the north end of the county, we're also charting a new course along our coastline. Just a few miles southwest, Manatee County began with a blank slate to design a vibrant public boat launch and waterfront destination at the Cortez Boat Ramp. And we couldn't have come this far without tremendous community engagement. Over the course of a month, we hosted 5 open house events, gathering feedback on what residents would like to see. More than 650 responses were collected and used to identify common trends and emergent themes that will help shape this important community asset. Compared to other counties of a similar size, Manatee County has relatively few public boat ramps, making access to the water a critical part of our quality of life and local identity. The Cortez project represents a major step toward improving that access, while honoring the heritage of one of our most historic working waterfronts. The next steps include briefing our board on the compiled community feedback and incorporating it into the final design to ensure this becomes a true community asset shaped by many voices. We encourage you to follow its progress at mymanatee.org/boatramp. Of course, none of these projects stand alone. They're all connected by the infrastructure that keeps our county moving, from the roads that link our neighborhoods to the networks that drive our economy. Every investment depends on strong planning and coordination. That's where Deputy County Administrator Dr. Corey Studi comes in. Since joining Manatee County earlier this year, Dr. Studi has quickly settled into his role, earning a reputation as knowledgeable, personable, and deeply committed to public service. He brings a wealth of experience from serving 2 terms as mayor of Hastings, Nebraska, to his work as a planner in Polk County and his service as a Navy Reserve intelligence officer. With a PhD in public affairs and a passion for building strong communities, Dr. Studi has hit the ground running. Please join me in welcoming him as he shares what's happening on the roads across our transportation network.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. It's a privilege to be here and be a part of the Manatee County team. And I'd like to personally thank a lot of you that have come up and introduced yourselves to me since I arrived here. It's a great community that's not just growing, but it is thriving. When we talk about roads and infrastructure, we're not just talking about concrete and asphalt, we're talking about people's everyday lives. It's how residents get to work, how families get to school, and how businesses move their goods and stay competitive. Every intersection we improve, every mile we resurface, and every corridor we plan strengthens the bonds between our neighborhoods and the prosperity of our entire community. Because when roads work better, our community works better. All of our major capital improvement projects are important components of our transportation strategy, including the multi-segment Moccasin Wallow Road project. With segments 1 and 4 already complete, Manatee County is now in the home stretch of this massive years-long effort. This project is about far more than widening lanes. It's about strengthening the backbone of our transportation network. When it's finished, Moccasin Wallow Road will connect US 301, I-75, US 41, linking Seaport Manatee directly to the state highway system. This connection not only supports commerce and freight movements across the region, but also enhances mobility for residents, reduces traffic pinch points, and provides a safer, more reliable hurricane evacuation route for North County. It's a project that balances safety, economic opportunity, and long-term planning. While the Moccasin Wallow Road project prepares our northern roadway network for the future, the 75th Street West Improvement Project focuses on reinvestment in one of Manatee County's most established neighborhoods. This major project will transform 75th Street West into a safer, more efficient, and more connected corridor, adding lanes, sidewalks, bike paths, and upgraded lighting to better serve the residents and businesses who rely on it every day. By modernizing aging infrastructure, improving traffic flow, and enhancing safety for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists, this project strengthens mobility in the heart of our community while ensuring that established neighborhoods keep pace with Manatee County's continued momentum. While 75th Street West represents reinvestment in an established area, Upper Manatee Road reflects our commitment to a region of the county that continues to progress. The Upper Manatee River Road expansion is a major effort to relieve congestion and improve safety along this critical corridor, widening roughly 2.2 miles from south of State Road 64 to the Fort Hammer Bridge. This project transforms the existing 2-lane road into a 4-lane divided highway with sidewalks, buffered bike lanes, a shared use path, and improved lighting. Beyond mobility, it connects new neighborhoods to jobs, schools, and essential services. By investing now, Manatee County is ensuring that infrastructure keeps pace with population, strengthening both quality of life and regional connectivity for years to come. We're also grateful to Congressman Vern Buchanan for his ongoing advocacy toward the future expansion of the Fort Hammer Bridge, which is an important improvement that will further strengthen this vital north-south link in our transportation network. Projects like Upper Manatee River Road are essential for keeping up with increased demand, but they don't solve every challenge. The places where those roads meet, our intersections, are just as critical as safety, mobility, and efficiency. That's why we continue to invest in targeted intersection improvements across our community. These projects may be smaller in scale, but their impact is immediate, reducing congestion, improving travel times, and enhancing safety for everyone. Each upgraded intersection, along with these additional projects, strengthens the overall network, making it easier and safer for you to get to where you need to go. From roads and infrastructure to the daily services that touch people's lives, everything we do is connected. And that connection continues to the work of our Deputy County Administrator, Courtney DePaul. Courtney joined Manatee County in 2022 as our Development Services Director, where she quickly built a reputation for strong leadership, thoughtful organization, and customer-first mindset. She holds a civil engineering degree from Vanderbilt University, a master's from Penn State, and like Brian, is also a licensed professional engineer. I'm kind of left out of that, aren't I? So her background spans federal service with U.S. Navy, local government, and the private sector, giving her a well-rounded perspective on how to turn strategic vision into real-world results. Please join me in welcoming someone who brings both technical expertise and a collaborative spirit to everything she does, Mrs. Courtney DePaul.
Clearly, Dr. Studi was a mayor in his former life. He did an excellent job public speaking, so hopefully I'll do that well. But thank you so much, Corey. It's truly an honor to serve alongside so many dedicated professionals who care so deeply about this community. Our shared goal is to create a healthier, safer, and more compassionate Manatee County for everyone who calls it home. That compassion is reflected in the partnerships we build and the programs that we deliver, especially for our most vulnerable residents. At the beginning of October, we cut the ribbon on a journey that began back in 2022. By leveraging a nonprofit partnership with a national leader dedicated to transforming the lives of those facing homelessness and addiction, we've already helped more than 100 Manatee County residents do the same. Through collaboration between our community health team and Helping Up Mission out of Baltimore, we made a lasting difference for those individuals, their family, and our community. But our board knew that we could do more. After identifying a gap in services for women in Manatee County facing similar struggles, we transformed a former sheriff's office building in District 2 into a center of profound healing.
Proverbs 19:17 says, "Every time you give to the poor, you make a loan to the Lord, and you will be repaid in full for your good works." So, Father, in the name of Jesus, I bless this building as an embassy of heaven and hope.
Manatee County has been awarded $40 million in legal settlement funding over the next 2 decades to specifically address the effects of opioid abuse in our community. We've chosen to target the funds to 4 really revolutionary programs that are going to change the trajectory of people struggling with mental illness, with substance abuse, and housing instability in the county, and what a difference it's going to make for public safety, for economic development, and to give a hand up and actually change lives for people in our community who are struggling.
It's about what we can do to help others so nobody else is laying on the street. And that's what we're working at now. This here today is such a celebration for the future of Manatee County. And I think we got a darn good team in Manatee County, so thank you.
With a facility dedicated to women and with the day-to-day operations run by Helping Up Mission, we are expanding our regional capacity and strengthening the positive impact of this recovery corridor. With partners like the Salvation Army, which continues to focus on families, Fresh Start Manatee, which will support men and women in recovery, and great organizations like Turning Points and Centerstone, Under One Roof now provides the missing link in a vital ecosystem of support. And speaking of Fresh Start Manatee, this initiative is so important to us that it's one of our state legislative priorities this year and a key appropriation request. With our move from 26th Avenue East to the new East County campus at 9000 Town Center Parkway, our former Public Works building is going to get a second life, one that reflects our community's compassion and forward thinking. At the heart of that vision is Fresh Start, an initiative that strengthens our partnership with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office to create a permanent facility offering emergency shelter and wraparound services for individuals facing homelessness, with space planned also for an EMS station. This renovated facility will initially serve around 66 people for up to 90 days, providing on-site access to substance abuse treatment, mental health care, employment support, and financial counseling. More importantly, though, this effort represents a compassionate, service-first response to new state requirements under House Bill 1365, focusing not just on compliance, but on creating lasting, life-changing outcomes for our most vulnerable residents. That same sense of service carries through to a very special part of our Manatee County family, the over 40,000 veterans that have served us and call Manatee County their home. At the 5200 block of Buckeye Road in Palmetto, Manatee County is developing a regional veterans center called Valor Commons. At the heart of this project is a 12,000 square foot Veteran Connections Hub designed to bring together workforce reintegration, mental health services, education, and peer support. By bringing these vital programs together, we're helping to remove the barriers that too often stand between veterans and the support that they've earned. Surrounding the center is also a 24-acre memorial park that will honor the legacy of military service through quiet trails, reflection spaces, and monuments that remind us of the courage and sacrifice behind every uniform. But this project is more than just remembrance. It's about renewal. It bridges the gap between federal programs and local care, offering opportunities for job training, business mentorship, family wellness, and civic education. Through strong public-private partnerships, we're not just building a facility, we're building a promise that in Manatee County, no veteran stands alone, and every one of them has a place to find support, connection, and purpose long after their service ends. Thank you to Veronica and the Manatee Community Foundation. We're able to connect interested donors with the vehicle to support this effort. I think it's going to be on the December 16th agenda. The initiative is now part of our state legislative priorities and stands as one of the appropriation requests that we're most proud of. And while Valor Commons and the Fresh Start Initiative remain some of our key appropriation requests, they are far from the only ones. This year's state legislative agenda reflects a balanced investment in people, infrastructure, and places. We're seeking $2.5 million to complete the Fresh Start facility and expand homelessness recovery services, $1.5 million to replace the Singletary Road Bridge, a critical connector over the Myakka River, $3 million to advance the Veteran Resource Hub and Memorial Park in Palmetto, and another $3 million to extend 51st Street West to El Conquistador Parkway, creating the new Charlie Kirk Memorial Parkway to support mobility and economic growth in the Southwest Corridor. Each of these projects represents more than an investment in infrastructure. They are investments in resilience, recovery, and the long-term quality of life for everyone in Manatee County. As the next chapter of our county is written, the need for strategically placed public safety infrastructure is more important than ever. One of our most exciting capital projects this year is the recently completed Manatee County EMS Station 22 along Moccasin Wallow Road in North Palmetto. The state-of-the-art facility expands our emergency coverage, cuts response times, and ensures residents have critical care when seconds matter most. Designed with efficiency and resiliency, The new 4,500 square foot station is a tangible example of how we're investing in both people and preparedness. From concept to construction, Station 22 reflects our commitment to safety and ensures that we're supporting our EMS professionals on the front lines every day. Just as Station 22 strengthens our county's emergency response network, another essential service is also undergoing a major transformation, one that reflects our compassion and responsibility toward every member of our community, including our four-legged friends. Manatee County is expanding the Bishop Animal Shelter to enhance services for both animals in our care and the community that we serve. And the first phase of that work is now complete with a grand opening set on December 17th. I hope you all join us. Phase 1 delivered new prefabricated kennels, enhanced fenced play yards, improved site work and parking, and a temporary staff trailer to keep adoptions moving. This marks a major transition from the aging Palmetto Shelter into a newly modernized Bishop campus in Bradenton, a shift toward a community-integrated system focused exclusively on high-quality animal care. Phase 2 is now underway and includes the development of a brand-new administration and adoption building designed to elevate our visitors' experience and provide an upgraded workspace for staff and for volunteers. As this multi-phase project progresses, Manatee County Animal Welfare will continue its full range of services, including adoptions, cruelty investigations, public outreach, mobile clinics, and pet licensing. Manatee County Animal Welfare's broader mission centers on keeping pets in homes and out of shelters altogether. The forthcoming Adoption Resource Center will offer counseling, training referrals, licensing, and microchipping services to reduce surrenders and improve outcomes for pets and families. The Friends of Manatee County Animal Welfare supports the mission through funding medical care, heartworm treatments, and emergency surgeries. While our pet food pantry ensures family facing financial hardship can still feed their pets, providing free food to eligible households. The Manatee Community Foundation further strengthened these efforts with a $50,000 donation to outfit the Bishop campus with new medical technology, an investment that expands the county's capacity to deliver advanced care to pets in need. As we continue investing in initiatives that strengthen our community and improve quality of life, it's equally important to align those efforts with strong state-level advocacy for our business community through Manatee County Day. Manatee County Day is a valuable opportunity for you all to speak directly with the state legislators whose decisions affect your business, everything from workforce development to economic growth and regulatory policy. By taking part, you can help ensure that your needs and the priorities of Manatee County's business community are clearly understood at the Capitol, advocating for the resources and legislative support that create a stable, competitive environment where your company can grow with confidence. This collaboration between government and the private sector sends a powerful message that Manatee County is unified, proactive, and serious about shaping policies that drive long-term prosperity for our entire region. Find out more by scanning the QR code that are at your table. I think they're on the little postcards. Building on that spirit of alignment between our business community and our government partners, Charlie will now take us from advocacy to action as he brings today's presentation to a close. Thank you. Great.
Thank you, Courtney. One thing we didn't mention, and that in many ways lies everything you've heard together today, and that is our new strategic plan. Thank you, Stephanie. For the first time, Manatee County has developed a strategic plan that serves as a clear, unified roadmap, aligning every department and every initiative with the shared vision, goals, and priorities of the board. This plan establishes focused priorities, accountability, and measurable direction, ensuring that our investments and policies move forward with purpose, consistency, and long-term stability. And as always, for the most current and up-to-date look at the state of the county, I encourage you to sign up for our Newsflash newsletter by scanning the QR code you've seen here. I want to truly thank each of you for being here today. And once again, thank you to our Board of County Commissioners, our residents, our passionate employees, and you, the business community, for trusting us, empowering us, and believing in the work we do. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about projects or policies, it's about people. It's about the child who feels safer, the veteran who feels supported and connected, the family who finds stability, the business owner who finds a reliable partner in local government. And together we are building a Manatee County that doesn't just grow, it cares, it empowers, and it endures right here in the premier place to live, work, play, and do business. I want to thank Casey, Stephanie, and Mackenzie for putting this presentation together, all the slides and videos that you saw today. I want to thank again our partners here in the business community, Jackie for her chamber and for allowing us to present. Thank you again for everything you do for us, and God bless. I'll take questions and answers if needed. Thank you. We got a visitor in the room.
Oh, we do. That's where all the questions are directed to?
Cortez, our mascot for Manatee County. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, we're losing them quickly, right? So I would imagine photo opportunities will be available as we wrap up here. But one of the most important aspects of the Chamber's Headliners series each year and every month is the opportunity for our members to engage with the topic. So we have 2 roving microphones. Dan and Carrie both have microphones. So if you could please raise your hand or stand and wait for them to come to you. Charlie and the team are up here to answer questions. We ask that you please state your name and your organization, and we are asking for questions. So with that, I think Carrie has the first question.
Hi, Mike Meehan, on the board of Our Daily Bread and a member of the Commerce. Jackie, great job, always. Great presentation today, Charlie. Appreciate it very much. I have 2 questions. It seems like the dialogue in this country right now is revolving around the topic of affordability. Everything since COVID is up roughly, let's say, 25% in the last 4 or 5 years. And one of those areas is housing. Housing is becoming more and more out of reach for the typical American. I just wondered, for Manatee County, if you happen to know how many affordable low-income apartment units have been developed in the past year in Manatee County.
Yeah. Mike, thanks again for your passion for the budget, the reserves. That was dedicated to you, that one portion. And also thank you for your passion for Our Daily Bread and your giving. That shows a lot. I prefer Courtney to answer that question. I do want to recognize the chair's Substack this week, always insightful. He's well-versed in all this affordable housing, but I'm going to defer to Courtney on this one.
He's giving us a look like, please don't call me up here. I'm not going to, don't worry. But I did, so it was very also gracious of Mike to share his question with us a little bit in advance. I was able to do a little bit of quick research, which is why I have my phone with me. But a couple things. Number one, there isn't a very neat, simple answer, because a lot of it really does stick to where it is in the approval process, whether it's actually a unit that's available but not rented, or it is rented, or it hasn't been built yet but it's been approved. So I wanted to just maybe highlight a couple projects that have been approved in 2025, and that way it gives a little bit of insight into what the commission has done in the way of affordable housing. So Forest Cove was 156 units. That's right in Bradenton. And so that was through a $5.6 million catalytic loan from our board. So that will be paid back, but that will be huge. We have Cedar Cove, which is an income-restricted apartment project that will reserve a substantial share of its units as affordable. So it's not entirely affordable, and that's where I get into it's a little bit complicated. City of Palmetto, I saw Rowena here with the CRA. They approved 20 new Habitat for Humanity townhomes, so that's a huge thing. But anything that the cities do also contribute to our county's success. So there are also senior and special needs projects like Astoria on 9th. I know we discussed that a couple moments ago, Mike. And then Whitfield Preserve that are either opened recently or they're currently delivering units. So they're sort of all over the spectrum. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And I can get you with our Community and Veteran Services team. So thank you.
Oh, you get to hold it. Okay, sorry. Hi, Jennifer Hoffman with Keep Manatee Beautiful. Everybody up on the stage already knows this, but I wanted all of you to know it as well. This year, Manatee County received the Keep Florida Beautiful Project of the Year for how we handled the hurricanes. And so once again, from a citizen who lives here and loves here, thank you so much for what you did during the hurricanes.
And during Molly's presentation of the video that ran, you could still see the pile of sand behind her that was sifted out on the beach. Again, I want to thank Charlie Hunziker for his vision of us doing that. It's going to be a long-lasting asset to us, so thank you. And Jennifer, thank you for everything Keep Manatee Beautiful does. You're now co-located in our admin building, sitting beside our natural resource department. I think we're going to benefit greatly from both those relationships, so thank you.
Carol Whitmore, and I am a member of the chamber. And I volunteer at Turning Points every week. And the biggest problem I'm seeing, you're talking about all these new housing developments opening up. I had a mother with 4 little kids in a wagon show last Wednesday that had got evicted from her house. And, you know, I was just wondering, is there any way you can do a better way of educating the public? Because a lot of these new places are for seniors only, certain income, affordable, and then market value. And it's so hard to send people when they're walking. So maybe if the county could do something for the public of Manatee County, it would really help.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, Stephanie, we'll do a better job with our communication, our engagement. The transit system, I always tell everybody it's a moving billboard for us. We can always advertise on that. I will tell you, with initiatives from the board, with Under One Roof and Fresh Start, Salvation Army will be home to 26 homeless families. Unfortunately, it's not open yet, but we are moving towards that. But thank you for your passion, too. Thank you.
Got a second one for Mike.
Commissioner Cruz had a great article in the Bradenton Times last Wednesday. So I'm going to try to speak to what that article is addressing, which is to make more housing available to everyone in Manatee County. And he talked about several initiatives. Eliminating minimum lot size, reducing parking requirements, encouraging multiple unit buildings and infill development, allowing lot splits and maybe even considering a land value tax to discourage speculation, and encourage near-term development of needed supply. Is this possible to do administratively from Manatee County's point of view? Is it possible to do politically or legislatively from the overall climate, which is very pro-development in Manatee County? Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. So I'll try to give a little bit of insight here. So one of the great things, we had a great strategic planning retreat, and one of the things that the board discussed is also affordable housing, also the comprehensive plan and land development regulations. There is going to be a great work session. Most likely, I think initially it was going to be February, but now we're looking at discussing, I think the board's going to discuss some millage and the budget in February, so now it's probably going to be in March. But we are expecting to look at affordable housing initiatives. AHAC is looking at that, which is our Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, where you've got developers that just do affordable housing on that board and a lot of stakeholders in the community that are on that. And so they're also looking at some things. I know they made some recommendations at our last meeting that the board is going to take into account. But I think there's a lot more that we can do. We do have to look at current restrictions like Senate Bill 180 and what we can and can't do. The good news is we do look at affordable housing incentives as incentives, and they're not things that we'd be taking away if we create them. I think that if we make them a little bit stricter, because it's an incentive. So I think that's a good thing, but that's going to carry over. But I do encourage everyone that's interested in affordable housing to come to that work session in March. Anything that you wanted to add? Yes? No? Good. Okay. Commissioner Cruz might discuss this more later.
Hello.
It was your article, so I didn't want to put more words in your mouth.
Hi, my name is Francine Deemer, and I'm with the Just for Girls.
And I have a question. I think all these are great plans, but what I'm seeing on the news that there's a move in Tallahassee to get rid of property taxes, and I don't know how this is going to work out. So just any thoughts on that topic?
I don't know how it's going to work out either. We're all following this with bated breath. Again, we're having a workshop. It's our first, I believe, workshop of the year, potentially, discuss this issue. We are very financially strong. You saw that during my speech. We have gone through the Great Recession, and we have laid off people in the past. I'm not advocating that right now, so if you're a county employee, please don't put words in my mouth. But we're always looking at our fiscal constraints and what we could potentially cut. Property tax, it's scary right now. But as always, we'll get through it. I promise you that. I just don't know what that ballot initiative is going to look like, and if passed, what those ramifications will be.
May I offer one more thing? So the state is meeting with stakeholders in the community. I know Representative Connerly, I think, met with our staff on what property tax reform would look like in Manatee County. So I do think that, I just want to make a point to say that the state is working with the local jurisdictions. And then the other point to know is when we talk about county budgets, it's not just all general fund, which is your real estate, the funding that comes from your real estate taxes. There's a myriad of different funding sources that the county uses. And actually general fund is a very, very, very small part of that. So you look at impact fees, facility investment fees, you look at tourist development tax dollars, there's a gas tax. I mean, there's a ton of different revenue streams. For example, yes, like our building department is self-sufficient. They only operate on the building fees that they bring in. Utilities operate solely on the utility billing rates. So just keep that in mind, that it's a much larger, it's a very complicated question. But the good news is that our state delegation, thankfully, is working with us through that. So.
Also, real quick, I want to thank our DOGE committee that's looking at all this. Also going to the board, or just recently, help me, Stephanie, did it just get passed or is going to pass where we're going to join that AI platform?
We haven't set the contract yet, but it's...
Yeah. So we're working with the state to utilize an AI platform to go ahead and go through our fiscal budget to see if we're missing anything. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Sheila Fiakowski, and I wasn't going to speak today, but I heard the topic of affordable housing come up, and I've asked some of these same questions to the committee, and I understand that 100% of our $2 million SHIP funds from the state go to first-time home buyers, which is wonderful, but we're missing a piece. That's the rental process is often a necessary step in home ownership, and some of those funds could go to renters that need help, first-time renters, because typically people rent then own. And on kind of a piece of that as well, some of our residents of our county that are in greatest needs find themselves stuck in halfway houses and sober living because with a record or a bad background, these second chance renters have a hard time finding permanent places to rent. So I think we could do more as a county, and what more can we do and how can we help? And I've got some thoughts I've shared with some people, but just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, we'd love to dialogue with you, with our CVS team, with Sarah Brown, and see what we can do. Courtney, you have anything you want to add? Yeah, we'll follow up with you. So thank you.
Like that's it?
Good.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Take. All right, thank you so much. We are actually ending a little bit early compared to our advertised time, so fear not, you will have time to get back to the office. I did want to mention, since the property tax issue came up, for those of you who are seeking a better understanding of what is a very complex funding system in the state of Florida, the Florida Chamber of Commerce has a white paper that I have found to be very informative as we have gone through the Chamber's committee structure, looking at this issue issue, considering it for our legislative agenda as well. As I said, several of us are hitting the road here in about 20 minutes to head to Tallahassee. I expect that topic to dominate many of our meetings over the next several days. If you Google Florida Chamber white paper on property taxes, I found it informative, even as someone who is pretty involved in issues that impact our business community and state as a whole. On your tables, you will find several half-sheet flyers that include a QR code for next month's Headliners Luncheon. As a State of the County address has become tradition in December, so has a State of the City's address become tradition for our chamber and business community in January. And so each year we have offered that topic. It has sold out. So because you all are here today, you are getting a first crack at making your RSVP for our June 14th Headliners, which is the State of the City address, and invited are the mayors from the 6 cities that are contained within Manatee County. With that, I want to once again thank our annual Headliner sponsors whose logos are right there on the table. Thank you so much. Now is a perfect time for your organization to consider coming on as an annual Headliner sponsor for 2026 if you would like to hear about that opportunity, both from a marketing perspective for your organization, but also attending. If you're a regular attender, it may make great financial sense to become a sponsor as well. As always, thank you so much to Chris Dolan and the team at Manatee Educational Television, who is here not just running AV, but recording our programming for future viewers as well. With that, I wish you the very happiest of holiday seasons. I will see many of you at the Chamber Holiday Coffee Club on Friday, but if I don't, I wish you the happiest of holidays, and here's to 2026. Have a great afternoon.